Did you know that the cost of living in Braga is 22% cheaper than in Lisbon? Braga is one of Portugal's quintessential locations, although it is not in the same league as Lisbon or the Algarve. However, many people are beginning to discover it for its unique setting, a calm region that still offers some of the notable conveniences you find in big cities, such as a proper transportation system, good education, and shopping malls, among others. No wonder expatriates are now finding Braga a suitable place to settle. You wouldn't want to miss out on the benefits of settling or investing in this beautiful city before it gets oversaturated. Curious to know more? Then watch this video to the end. Being Portugal's 7th largest country, we will explore the cost of living in Portugal by considering the cost of accommodation, feeding, healthcare, education, transportation, utilities, leisure, and other necessities. Whether you are coming to Braga solo or as a family, this information will help guide your decision to live in Braga. Cost of apartment rentals in Braga. As with any city, the cost of rent in Braga depends on its area. However, rent is relatively cheap in Braga compared to Lisbon, Cascais, or Porto. Whether you are planning a short stay or a long-term rental, there are suitable apartments in Braga for a reasonable price. Be it for a lone retreat or a family vacation, Braga has all the options you can explore, ranging from spacious villas to cozy apartments. Additionally, the prices are affordable. For instance, if you rent a one-bedroom apartment in Braga's city center, it will cost you about 790 euros per month, compared to Lisbon, where you might pay 1,200 euros for the same duration and space. A one-bedroom apartment outside the city center in Braga goes for about 600 euros or even less compared to Lisbon, where you pay about 800 euros. If you want a bigger apartment, you can get a 3-bedroom apartment in Braga's city center for about 1,250 euros a month and less than 1,000 euros a month if it is away from the city center. I'm sure you know you can get that in Lisbon right now. While you decide which location is best suited for your purse, you should also consider which location is best suited for your life. Living in the city center will restrict your options to only apartment-style housing, which may be ideal for single individuals. However, if you are a family person, living outside the city center might be the best option because you will find more family-friendly accommodations in a healthy environment to raise a family. How about buying properties in Braga? There's no better time than now. Or have you lost hope in your dreams of buying a house in Portugal because of the housing nightmare going on now? What if you were told that investing in real estate in Braga does not cost a fortune? Buying properties in Braga. If you're considering living in Braga long-term, consider buying a property as soon as possible rather than spending endlessly on rent. When it comes to real estate purchases, Braga offers you a wide range of options at a giveaway price. Just like with rents, whether you want traditional homes with unique architectural features from the past or newly built houses with a modern touch, you can get everything in between. You can even get farmhouses. Simply choose the one that fits your budget and lifestyle. And of course, the location and type of property you want to buy determine how much you will spend. Based on research, we realized that there is about a 35% difference in housing prices in Braga compared to Lisbon for a house of the same style and size. Cost of food and grocery. Food is an essential part of life. If you have plans to stay somewhere, you must allocate a daily budget for food. Braga has reasonable food prices, whether you eat out or prepare your meals yourself. However, it goes without saying that when you do your local shopping at local markets and cook at home, you will spend less on food. Fish and meat are the most expensive commodities you can get at the market, so keep in mind that 1 kilogram of meat costs around 10 to 11 euros. If you love eating out, you can budget 7 to 10 euros for a belly-filling meal in an average restaurant. And let me share this with you for free. Speaking the local people's language when making purchases in the market is a good way to build bargaining power. It amuses and endears them to you in ways you might not understand. However, you can use it to negotiate lower prices occasionally, though not consistently. Although Portuguese may be difficult to learn, you can learn it at a steady pace. That is why you should consider downloading the app. We recommend learning Portuguese fast and enjoying it for 7 days free of charge. Link in the description. Spending on utilities. Electricity, water, gas, and the internet are unavoidable for everyday living and survival. Therefore, understanding the monthly cost of these utilities will significantly influence your budget, particularly if you are considering relocating to Braga. So, as you go about house hunting, one factor to consider before settling for a place is how much you have to spend on these utilities monthly. The size of your household affects your consumption rate, and your consumption habits also affect the monthly cost of these utilities. How much you spend on each service also depends on the changing weather and season. For example, you are most likely to spend more on electricity during the winter because you get to use the heater now and then. Based on research, you are likely to spend €117.27 per month on basic utilities like water, garbage, electricity, heating, and cooling for an apartment of 85 square meters. You are likely to spend €18.28 on monthly mobile phone plans and calls and 10 gigabytes of data. And for unlimited internet data, you can budget €35. As you absorb these estimated costs, you should not forget that you get to cut your coat according to your clothes. You don't have to spend money on things you can't afford. Also, if you're considering moving to Portugal but don't know where to start, our exclusive guide From Nomad to Neighbor is here to help. This essential resource will guide you through everything you need to know to live and earn money in Portugal. You can find the link in the description and pinned comment, cost of transportation and healthcare. Your mode of transportation, whether you will take a bus regularly, move around in your car, or take taxis, determines how much you will spend. Buses are way cheaper in Braga than other modes of transportation. When taking a bus within the city, you should budget €1.70 to €2. If you intend to frequent the bus, you can purchase a monthly pass for €30 to save money. The starting price for a taxi is €4.50, and that increases by 55 cents per kilometer as you cover more distance. If you own a car and plan to commute here and there, you should budget €1.57 for a liter of gasoline, aside from the maintenance cost. And as regards the health expenses, you must be intentional about incorporating that into your cost of living. If you have health insurance, it will cover many things, and you won't have to spend too much in that regard. However, the cost of healthcare in Braga is generally affordable, and residents of Portugal have access to public healthcare, which can further reduce your costs if you qualify. But on average, you are likely to spend €30 to €50 for basic medical consultations with a general practitioner. To see a specialist, however, you might have to spend as much as €60 to €80. Depending on what drugs you are getting, you are likely to spend €5 to €20 on common drugs. You should expect to spend €30 to €50 for simple medical procedures like dental cleaning and €90 to €150 for more complex procedures like root canals. Overall, spending excessively on healthcare shouldn't be a concern for you, but it is advisable to prepare nicely for contingencies. Cost of education. Public schools in Braga are generally free up to the high school level, so you need not worry about the cost of tuition fees aside from spending on books and other necessary stationery. It's a different narrative. However, if you are considering private schools for your children, you might have to spend a few €1,000s per year, depending on your school choice. Braga is relatively affordable compared to other European countries if you want to pursue a higher education there. This has made Braga an attractive option for international students seeking an affordable education, sports, and leisure. You are likely to spend €35 per month in a fitness club, €7 for one seat in a cinema, if you are watching an international release, and €7.83 for a 1-hour tennis court rental on a weekend. And of course, you can explore many other sports and leisure activities without paying. In summary, you can live a modest life with €1,000 in Braga, with your rent included, and €1,500 for two, and about €2,300 for a family of 4 with rent. When compared to the cost of living in other cities like Lisbon and Porto, Braga is more affordable. By now, you can make an informed decision about living in Braga because it offers a calm atmosphere and is affordable. We have many more valuable insights to share, so we recommend you watch this video and playlist. Click now, and I'll see you there. Ciao!